Today's Kevin Samuels reaction gets brutally honest as a 29-year-old woman talks about manifestation, dreams, and waiting for the perfect man. But Kevin completely flips the conversation with cold reality and hard truths about dating, marriage, and modern expectations.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry about earlier. I was at dinner and I didn't expect you to pick me.
Okay. Um, Go ahead.
Okay, so your question earlier was, do I think it's time to give up?
Give up the dream.
Give up a dream? I don't think so. I don't think a person should ever give up on a dream because it may not manifest in your timing. So I think that a person should just stay consistent and then things will happen in divine order.
How old
That's
are you?
my
How old are
experience.
you? How old are you?
29.
Where are you a Christian?
I'm a believer.
Okay. So where's all this manifest and divine order coming from? Where does that come from?
So Mr. Samuels, that comes from my experience. So, I mean, I get what why
You
you're
don't have to call
asking.
me. You can call me Kevin. You can call me Kevin. It's fine.
Okay, so Kevin, I get why you're asking me about like the Christian belief because typically Christians would say, there's power in the tongue and
No, what I'm saying is this manifest and divine order, divine divinity is a higher spiritual power. See, those words sound, they tickle your ears and they feel good to your ego, but where is it coming from?
well, I do have a Christian foundation, so I was born and
Okay.
raised Christian. Yes, sir.
Okay, but I was raised in a Christian church, and there was no talking about manifestation. There was talk about work. Faith without works is dead.
I agree.
So, but do you though? Because you said you don't believe a person should give up on a dream. So you don't think a person should ever give up on a dream?
Wait, well, so back to what you said, yes, sir. So I feel that if a person is, like I said, if they're being consistent, then I feel like whatever their goal is, I feel that they should receive the results. If you're
Tell me
being
what you.
consistent,
Okay, don't tell me what you feel. Tell me what you think.
what I think. So from my experience, with the goals that I had set forth for myself, I failed. Some goals I just didn't follow through with because I was inconsistent or I didn't.
Okay, well if I wanted to have a goal of playing in the NBA,
Hmm.
it's my dream to be in the NBA.
Okay.
I could get there.
I think that I believe if you put the work in,
I
you
need you to be
align
honest,
your.
okay, ma'am. See, this is don't do typical. Need to be right. Don't diminish yourself like that. Don't do that in front of millions of people. Do you think I can get to the NBA, ma'am? Tell me what. Did you go to college?
Yes, sir. Well, I guess I have that belief because
No,
I'm a
no, ma'am. No,
teacher.
did you go to college?
Yes, sir.
Did you complete it?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. You don't have to call me sir. But
Okay.
I'm 53. Tell me that I could make it to the NBA if I continue to be consistent.
Okay, at 53, no.
Okay, so there is a point in time where logic kicks in. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard to just admit? I
I
mean,
guess.
I'm 53 years old. You can see this gray in my beard, and you went all the way around the world to know. And this is why men say y'all are delusional because y'all will sit there and be looking at the truth right in front of you, but you won't acknowledge it. Why do you need to believe so hard that if you just focus, why do you need to believe that your dreams will come true?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Why do you need to believe this? Why do you need to believe this?
Why do I need to believe that my dreams will come true? Well, I need to believe it for myself in order for it to happen.
What's the difference between dream and fantasy?
Dream and fantasy, a dream is something that a fantasy is something that may not come true, and a dream is something that there's a possibility.
No, I need it more concrete.
A fantasy is something that a person would I don't know. actually.
You don't know the definition?
I don't know the difference between a dream and fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I think people use
The
those
activity of
interchangeably.
imagining things, especially things that are impossible or improbable. So it's imagining things that are impossible or improbable. That's a fantasy.
Okay.
Many today's dreams are really fantasies called dreams.
Got
You
you.
telling me that I could get to the NFL would be a fantasy. It's very improbable. So the difference is the probability.
Okay.
At what point do you think the numbers dictate you should give up on a dream because it becomes a fantasy? Out of 100%,
Out of
out
100%.
of 100%, if you say, okay, I got a 90% chance or a 95% chance, but 80% chance, but when it's below this, it's enough for me to give up on. What is that number?
I would say okay, well I feel like it depends on the situation, but if I could pick an age, I would say in the late 50s. Late 50s.
50? So, okay. So, what we're talking about is women giving up on this fantasy man. At what point do you think a woman should accept the man that's in front of her, the average boring guy?
I would say, I don't know, Mr. Samuels, because it depends. Because I want to say, 50, but I know a lot of 50-year-old women that bring
I'm not
more
just talking about 50-year-old men. I'm not talking about 50-year-old. I'm just talking about women in general. At
women.
what age do you? Okay. The problem is, black women in particular, y'all are already marrying at a 1 in 4 rate, and that's with the baby boomers and Gen X. You're 30, how old? 29?
29.
Millennials, y'all are marrying at less than a 20% rate. And if you watch my show, you'll see that most women want the same kind of man.
I
You
do.
all can't have him.
You're right.
So
But
when do you accept the fact that when should a woman who's average accept an average man?
35.
Why should she not accept him at 22 with her average ass? Why should she wait till 35? Is she gonna become less average? Or is she gonna become more average as she ages?
More average. I think I'm lucky that I get where you're going with this with the fantasy. I get it now. When I was listening earlier, I had so much to say, but I get where you're going.
Yeah, logic is a bitch.
I get it. I'm laughing so hard because I was like, I can't wait to get on there because I have this point and that point. But I get what you're saying because I feel like for myself, I'm 9 years old, I have no children. You know, I'm single. I was a teacher. I have like a head on my shoulders, right? And I feel like a little bit of me, I don't want to settle, but a little bit of me feels as if I'm waiting on this fantasy guy.
Well, let ask yourself a question. You don't have any children?
No, sir.
Okay, you don't have to call me sir. But you think about the man that could meet your standard, the man that does it for you. Woo! Okay, but you need to ask yourself, if he can meet your high standard, he can meet a lot of women's standards.
I know.
Then he can only pick one.
You're right.
What happens to the rest if he doesn't pick? Wait for another diamond? That's why I'm laughing. At 29, at what age do you just tell a woman to say, stop trying to get something that's out of your range?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I know I'm right, but why is it that women seem to be so repulsed by this idea?
I don't know, and I can tell you myself, that's a little bit, that's my reality. But I have the logic in the back of my mind. It makes sense. I'm still maneuvering through life.
What'd you go to
living
college
in-
for?
I'm sorry.
What'd you go to college for?
So I majored in sociology. But don't do that, Samuels. Mr. Samuels, give me a break.
No, it's one of them trash ass degrees. If you didn't go, I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
I know what you're going to say.
Sociology. And what's your profession?
I'm a teacher.
Okay, so your non-black teacher counterparts, are they married?
Yes.
Your black teacher counterparts, are they single?
The older one, yes.
Because you cannot make a living on a teacher's salary.
Which is why I've made a transition into IT at March, right?
How do you make a transition into hubby?
You're right.
I want you to understand that you had a profession where you were teaching other people's children. But instead, you did exactly what the world told you, to go and become a man, to go make more money. Is that going to change your marital prospects?
No, I don't think it's going to change that, Mr. Samuel. I just feel like you said, I watch your often. I can be able to take care of myself just in case I don't meet that guy. Like, I want to take care
What
of
do you
myself.
mean that guy? You're just not that guy, a guy.
A guy.
Okay, dear. An average man gives you options.
Yeah.
When you have the flu, you got to take care of yourself right now. When you have the flu and you got an average $21 an hour man in the house, he can take care of you.
You're
You
right.
also got another extended family and cousins and everything else. An above average man gives you freedom. A job gives you money and not a lot of it. And it can't replace a man. No amount of money can replace somebody giving you a thermometer and some juice.
But wait, Mr. Samuel, it's not that I want a relationship, and I'm not like the girl that wants this high value man, right? I'm not that girl. I think it's easy done. Like, I watch your show often. Like, it's hard to find like a regular guy my age that has similar core values. Like, it's rare.
What state are you in?
I'm in Florida. I'm in Tampa, Florida.
Well, first of all, you said your non-black counterparts who are teachers don't seem to have a problem finding me. So 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% in the middle class. There are plenty of average men out there looking for wives. Because y'all say they marry white women and Hispanic women and everything. If they can marry them, they can marry you. Are you looking for an average man? No.
I think no, Mr. Samuel, listen. I think that my standards are real. Absolutely, I think it's realistic with you.
You think your standards are realistic? You said your standards?
Yes, sir. I really believe that. I don't think I'm looking for anything that's just so extreme. Like,
okay. How many kids would you like to have?
I'm open. You know, whatever God blesses me to have, fine. But you can take care of.
I don't need a God thing. How many kids do you want to have?
I would say 3.
3. When you're married and pregnant with the first child, do you want to have to work when you're pregnant?
If our circumstances.
Ma'am, I asked, when you're married and pregnant.
No, sir.
You want to have to work. You don't. When you have your 3rd child, do you want to? What percentage of the family financial bills do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime with the 3 kids? Meaning, if you don't make the money, it's not there. What percentage?
I would like to contribute to the household. answer that because
I said, oh, okay. Do you want your children to be able to go to college if they want to?
Yes, sir.
So you want to be able to pay for that. Would you like to be able to travel domestically and internationally with the family?
Both.
Okay. All right. What kind of household income do you think you're going to need to have 3 children and an upper middle class, lower upper class lifestyle? What kind of annual income?
I would say definitely not teacher salary.
No.
I know that. So
Ma'am, if you're in Florida, it's every bit of $325,000 on the low end.
say it again,
That's $300,000. You want $1.5 million in kids. So yes, ma'am, you do want a high value man. You want a man who is making over 6 figures, well over 6 figures. As soon as you said, I don't want to have to work or pay significant bills after I'm pregnant, that is a luxury reserved for the top 10% of women. You don't want to have to, you may want to homeschool your kids, but you don't want to have to go punch a clock. You want your kids to have college. That means you got to pay for the home, the retirement, and then have surplus to pay for the kids' college. Then have surplus to travel internationally. Man, that's a rich man. And the first thing you said, I can't find a man my age. What kind of man your age is making that kind of money? Men don't start making that money until around 45 to 55. Your husband at that level is in his 40s. Do you want to date a man? Do you want to marry a man who's 45 plus?
I don't mind. Like I said, Mrs.
But then why are you looking for men your age?
I guess because I've dated and I feel that lively, you know, like
you said lively? Would you say lively?
Yeah, I feel just because sometimes you get older men and they just want to go to the cigar lounge or go golfing or
yeah, it's called being responsible.
But
So responsible. No, it's both. What did I say last night, gentlemen, folks? I told you, modern women need to give up, need to cancel HBO. Happiness, they need to stop worrying about being bored and stop being overly optimistic. Life is boring, sweetheart. See, what y'all want is you want men who are in the top 3% of all earners. You want them to be physically attractive, good in bed. You want them to be around your age, and then you want them to live an exciting life.
Mrs. Samuels, can I just interrupt quickly? I'm not saying that we have to go to the club and get a section. He has to freeze. I'm not saying that. The thing is, I want to be able to do things that are fun. I mean,
Chick, it's called pay the light bill. That's what's fun. Fuck fun. You're almost 30 years old talking like a teenager. And this is why stop. This is why I'm gonna start getting hardcore. You should be out of that phase. Stop. You should be out of that phase in life. You should have been out of that phase by 23. It's over.
It's over.
It's been over. Your colleagues are not going to the club on the weekend. They got Prince's birthday parties.
I understand. I wasn't saying that was my interest. I was just saying that I just want. Sometimes if you date a younger guy, they're on the other end of the spectrum. And they're far on the other.
Dating younger guys is stupid for a woman that wants a family. All you can do is have sex and party with these dudes.
Exactly. So I guess.
But you're judging a relationship based on fun, man. This is part of the problem in Black America. Black women, you want it all.
I know.
And this is why, and it sounds, and you say you don't want a high value man, you want an elite high value man, and then you want to have fun. Man, this is what you just said.
You make it sound so
I'm not making this, it is bad. It is bad. Because at 29 years old, you have wasted the last 6 years dating age inappropriate men and picking the wrong thing. Pick the boring guy. Pick the stable guy. Why do you think life is supposed to? You are supposed to be his entertainment. He's not supposed to be.
Right.
That's what I said last night. You might as well have a joystick hanging off your dick. He's supposed to be that video game. We're supposed to keep them entertained. We're not your fucking entertainment. You're our wife.
Okay.
You're my motherfucking entertainment.
No, I understand. I promise you, I get it.
You say that now because you know I'm old enough and can call those shots. But the man who can really tell you this, you ain't trying to hear that shit from. A 32 or 33-year-old man should be able to tell you to fucking dance, and you should say, "What the fuck, man?" I mean, why do you think about it? You seem to be a pleasant woman, but don't you notice there's something wrong when you see all your non-black colleagues who are teachers married, and then the black woman is single as fuck?
Listen, I think about it all the time. I'm like, because I was an English teacher, and I'm like, in my department, I'm the youngest one. I got a nice shade, and I see the other.
All right, so this conversation right here was one of the clearest examples of Kevin Samuels separating fantasy from reality. The woman started off talking about manifestation, divine timing, and believing your dreams will happen if you stay consistent. And Kevin immediately challenged that mindset by asking a simple question. At what point does a dream become a fantasy? That was really the entire foundation of this discussion. Kevin's point wasn't that people shouldn't have goals or hope. His argument was that people need to understand probability, timing, and reality. He used the NBA example perfectly. A 53-year-old man saying he can still make it to the NBA isn't confidence anymore, it's fantasy. And Kevin was applying that same logic to modern dating expectations. One thing that stood out was when she finally admitted that part of her was chasing a fantasy man. And honestly, that moment probably connected with a lot of viewers because many people quietly feel the same way. Social media, entertainment, and modern dating culture have convinced a lot of people that they deserve exceptional outcomes while living average lifestyles. Kevin kept bringing the conversation back to leverage and options. He explained that the kind of man many women want, financially stable, attractive, mature, family-oriented, emotionally intelligent, high-earning, is extremely rare. And because those men are rare, they have choices. That's the uncomfortable reality he kept pushing. Another major point was maturity. Kevin basically argued that modern dating has a lot of adults mentally stuck in a teenage mindset, wanting constant excitement, fun, entertainment, and emotional stimulation instead of stability, peace, and long-term partnership. He challenged the idea that relationships are supposed to feel like endless excitement instead of responsibility and teamwork. And honestly, whether people agree or disagree,